In this video, I'm going to tell you why I think we're not all going to be turned into paperclips, which is to say, AI won't autonomously kill us through malice or accident or apathy or whatever. But to set the context for that, I have these categories for increasing levels of severity of unsafeness. The lowest category is essentially brand safety. So we're talking about racism, hallucination, information about how to make explosives, drugs, stuff like that, copyright infringement, pornography. It's embarrassing for our brand, maybe even illegal, but it doesn't scare me personally. I mean, I get it, but yeah, don't care. The second category is labor and massive job displacement. So this can be a big deal for society. And in the most extreme case, it can produce preconditions for communism, and that could kill millions of people. But even without communism, it could be extremely painful, and it's definitely not nothing. In the same category, I would put AI girlfriends and stuff like that, which could have a profound impact on social structures. Maybe birth rates plummet, only the Amish survive. So category 2 is impact on social and economic structures. It can be a seismic shift, but we're not yet killing everybody. The third category is people doing bad things with AI, or people doing bad things with the products of AI, but where the human is the one with the initiative to do the bad thing. So for example, using AlphaFold to develop a bioweapon, or there's also autonomous weapons, hacking computer viruses. Some of the stuff like bioweapons is already possible for human experts. But if the AI can remove the need for expertise, then it's a qualitative difference, because then it's open to a terrorist or organized crime or whoever. And then on top of that, there's new technologies that can come, like nanobots as an example, which has tremendous dual-use risk. So the third category is basically technology can be dangerous and AI is an accelerant to technology. Now the fourth category is autonomous AI. Either it wakes up and somehow attains bizarre goals by itself, or it could be human initiated. Someone asks it, please let's have world peace. And the AI says, got it, I will work to minimize human conflict. And then 6 months later, everyone's dead. Objective achieved. That's a little silly, but there are countless other scenarios. For the purpose of this video, they're not that important. The key feature of this category is that AI is the one deciding to do the bad thing, not the person. So back to the point of the video. I don't think we're going to get killed by autonomous AI. And the reason we're not going to get killed is we're already going to be long dead from something in category 3. That is to say, a human wiping out humanity using technology. Okay, lots of technology is dual use and can be used from harm, but we've been able to work through it, and in the long run, it's not that big a deal, which is true historically. But the number of technologies that can wipe out humanity is relatively low so far, and the availability of those technologies is pretty restricted. I'm thinking bioweapons and nuclear weapons. AI as an accelerant to technology raises the possibility that new world-ending technologies will develop, like nanotech for one. AI probably goes on the list, plus some other unknown number of things I'm not thinking of. It's absolutely ridiculous to think that all the world-ending technologies have already been invented. We're just getting started. Then, as far as availability, it's going to be really hard to contain if the AI is helping to develop it. Maybe it's developed in secret, but nothing stops someone from developing it independently and publishing. And plus, there's a possibility that something is developed and published, and then only in retrospect it's realized that, oh, that has a huge risk of misuse. So the scenario that I worry about is one where there's at least one world-ending technology that's out there publicly available, because that, I think, virtually guarantees extinction. And the catalyst would be a suicidal, deranged person with no goals other than causing destruction. So for instance, I'm thinking like a school shooter. It's a level of psychopathy that's beyond comprehension, but I don't have to understand it to know that it exists, unfortunately. And it only takes one. So if the means for world-ending destruction is out there, I think it's inevitable that a psychopath picks it up and carries it out. So I think this is how the world ends. Now, someone's going to accuse me saying, you're not afraid of AI, you're just afraid of technology. And my answer to that would be, yeah. But to be specific, only a few technologies have the potential to be world-ending, and those are the only ones that scare me. Generally, I think of myself as a techno-optimist. Now, earlier I said we won't get paperclipped because this other thing is going to kill us first, which dodges the question of how worried am I about autonomous AI. So then, if we survive man-made catastrophe, and I'm wrong about that, which I would love nothing more than to be wrong about that, but in that case, do I think we get paperclipped? I think I'm at about 30%, which is absolutely unacceptable, but it's also not 90%. So I don't want this to get too long, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. So that's it. As you can probably tell, I'm not a YouTuber, so probably don't subscribe or whatever, but if you are interested in this topic, I would recommend Doom Debates on YouTube. Just search Doom Debates and you'll find it. There's a variety of opinions, so if you want to widen your exposure and not get stuck in the bubble, I think it's great. Another thing, there's also a book coming out called If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies by Eliezer Yudkowsky. I haven't read it, I have it on pre-order, but from everything I've heard, it's going to be great, so maybe check that out. So I think that covers it.